Hello everyone, this is Svanlog, aka Nate, and today we're going to be reviewing and unboxing a custom-built XIDAX X2 computer, and I will be giving XIDAX some marks for my overall experience. Now, you have lots of choices when it comes to a pre-built or a custom-built PC, but if you're like me, you're probably finding it difficult to find a pre-built that matches the specifications you want or gets close to what you're looking for in performance. I looked at pre-builts from the big guys, iBuyPower and CyberPower PC, and I looked at more custom boutique builds from shops like Falcon Northwest and Velocity Micro. And I really wanted to go with Velocity Micro again. They built my last PC. It's been great, but they did not have any offerings that included the AMD Ryzen 5 processor. And because I wanted the AMD Ryzen chipset and I was building a budget computer, or more precisely a gaming ring on the lower end of mid-range, XIDAX turned out to be the only company that offered all the features I wanted. So let's take a look at those features of a budget-friendly mid-range gaming rig. The case is a rebranded Be Quiet Pure Base 600 with tempered glass. It's a great case. It did come with 2 fans, and I installed additional fans. I wanted the Asus Prime B550 Plus, which was a nice offering from XIDAX, to go with the Ryzen 5 5600X 6-cycle, 12-thread, 4.6 gigahertz central processor. Really love what Ryzen offers. Now, graphics cards, as you know, are a disaster right now. I marked this part in parentheses because you don't get to choose the brand. It just tells you RXT 3060. It turns out I got the Gigabyte Eagle, which I'm very happy with. Memory, rebranded G-Skill Ripjaw, XIDAX Extreme, 32 megabytes total. Power supply Seasonic, 650 watt, more than adequate for this system. First drive is the 500 gigabyte Western Digital Black. Secondary drive, I got a nice Seagate Barracuda there. And then got the DVD rewrite combo, some premium CPU paste, and Windows Home 64-bit at the great price of $1,875, which I got for $1,825 with a $50 coupon. The computer box came packaged in an outer box with some nice styrofoam packing inside and just a little bit of tape damage that you'd expect in shipment on the outside. Otherwise, it was in good condition. Included in the outer box, of course, is the obligatory marketing t-shirt, the accessory bag right there, and a folder containing your warranty and the specifications of the machine. Okay, I mentioned the case is a great case, and it is a great case, but it is designed primarily for noise suppression. So despite its great quality, it is not ideal for thermal management. And I felt the need to do a couple things, as I'm going to show you here as we unbox it. But I did buy 3 Deep Cool RGB fans. I love the reviews on those. They're inexpensive. I got them for about 15 bucks each. I bought 4. I figured out I could install 3 of them in this case, which we'll talk about as you see. But that brought the total cost of the system to $1,870. As you can see here, there is a 120 millimeter case fan in the back, taking air out of the case, and a 140 millimeter intake fan in the front. The challenge here of installing new fans was that I had to move the front stock fan up in order to put these Deep Cool RGB fans into the case, and that meant moving some things around in there. So be prepared for a little work if you want to improve the airflow for your case. And as any gamer or overclocker knows, thermal management and airflow is king. Now, looking at the top of the case here, you can see there's a panel on the top, and you reach in and just pop the little latches inside, and you can actually elevate the top of the case like this and keep it like that, and that will in itself improve airflow. But for me, I didn't have the clearance to do that, so I had to remove the top panel altogether and install those fans in the top. That's the noise dampening material there on the case top. This is a look at the other side of the case, a very clean build. You can see all the cords are nicely tied up and locked down there on the side. The installation of the RGB fans is relatively straightforward. The Asus B550 Plus motherboard has, of course, a 5-volt addressable pin on the motherboard, so you want to make sure that is what you plug these RGB lights into. If you accidentally plug it into the 12-volt, you're likely to blow out the lights on the fan. And here's a look at the case after the fans are installed, again indicating where I had to move the stock fan up to put the deep cool fan in on the bottom and move that drive there back out of the back side of the case so I can access the screws for tightening. There's great airflow out the top of the case, obviously, with the venting. There is a front panel, which you'll see here in a little bit, and those have just narrow side vents through which the intake comes in the front. So there is going to be a negative pressure situation in the case where there's much more air being sucked out than being sucked in. I'm fine with that. I do not think negative or positive pressure is a big deal. You should be opening your case and cleaning out the dust at least once a month anyway, regardless of what the pressure system in your case is. The important thing is you have airflow, and with this configuration, I'm certainly going to have that with very good airflow out the top and the back top of the case, where hot air tends to accumulate. As we all know, hot air rises. So let's have a listen here. That's a picture there of the final setup, and let's have a listen as I first started it up. All right, so this is it. We're all set up. We got it down there, in my lower desk compartment down there. It's really quiet. It's much quieter than my 5-year-old Velocity Micro, which has just 2 fans in it. This one is whisper quiet, even with that top vent removed, that top panel. So it's fully vented, definitely pulling air out. And yeah, as you can see, we got the XIDAX logo up there in the background. They plugged that in, nothing, very clean desktop, just 4 apps, and everything is running smoothly so far. Okay, to summarize, let's talk about the XIDAX X2 pros and cons, and start with the cons. The first is the case. As wonderful a case as it is and great quality, it is a noise suppression case and not a thermal management case, and you will need to put a little work into it to manage your thermals. Second is GPU brand selection. If you're picky about what kind of brand you have and the features thereof, you might be a little disappointed at the generic selection there. And finally, you might get more value out of a pre-built and sacrifice some specific features you want in exchange for overall value. On the pro side, first we have the buying experience. The user interface was so clean and easy to navigate. It was very easy to select parts. Clearly one of the best of all the sites I visited. Component selection was very good. There are great customization options and a range of quality components that you can choose from on their site. Their pricing was very competitive. In fact, it was the lowest cost I found among similar custom-built systems. And I even went to PC Part Picker, selected all of the parts, and could not beat their price. Great customer service. They sent me email communication on purchase when it started building, and it shipped well in advance of when they originally told me. And finally, a very clean, tight, professional build with all the settings exactly as they should be. So I give XIDAX X2 a 4.8 out of 5 and 2 enthusiastic thumbs up. I highly recommend them if you are looking for a custom PC builder. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and happy gaming!